Most people exist as echoes. They breathe, they age, they disappear, and history forgets them as fast as the dirt covers their bones. No legacy, no voice, just another forgotten name in a lineage of lost potential. But you're not here to be an echo. You're here to become the loudest moment your bloodline has ever produced. The one they study, the one they fear, the one they follow or fall before. That means rejecting comfort. It means turning your back on the script your ancestors obeyed. It means constructing a life so sharp, so unshakable, that the future has no choice but to acknowledge your existence. This isn't about being liked. It's about being unavoidable. Machiavelli didn't write for the polite. He wrote for the minds willing to bend reality, to outlast bloodlines, and to outthink even their own fathers. Your last name is not enough. You have to give it a meaning. So if you're done apologizing for your ambition, if you're ready to become the version of yourself that doesn't flinch, doesn't beg, doesn't settle, then don't just keep watching. Understand this. You're about to declare war on the very foundation your bloodline was built on. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Inheritance of Weakness. Before you rise, you need to know what you're rising from. Your bloodline is a collection of compromises. Most of your ancestors weren't warriors. They were survivors. They didn't live, they lasted. They followed rules. They chose silence over rebellion, safety over legacy. You inherited their name, but you also inherited their fears, their obedience, their unspoken chains. Be quiet, be grateful, don't reach too far. That script ends here. You are the fracture in the lineage. To become the greatest your bloodline has ever produced, you must destroy the foundation they call tradition. You must break the chain of obedience they called loyalty, because loyalty to weakness is betrayal to your future. Chapter 2. Dissect your origins. You don't conquer new worlds until you map the terrain of the old one. Study your roots, not to honor them, but to expose their cracks. Ask yourself, where did they settle? Where did they trade greatness for acceptance? Which of them had potential, but died with regrets? Who lived quietly when they should have ruled? Interrogate everything. Their belief systems, their fears, their false pride. Burn the myths they built to justify their smallness. And once you see their blueprint for what it was, a cage wrapped in sentiment, you'll know exactly what not to repeat. You are not here to continue their legacy. You are here to rewrite it. Chapter 3. Stop asking for permission. Most men live as shadows, waiting for approval from their parents, their culture, their ancestors. But greatness doesn't ask, it takes. You don't need their understanding. You don't need their blessing. You need results. Machiavelli said it clearly. A wise leader must know when to be not good, not polite, but effective. If honoring your future means disappointing your past, then disappoint it. If standing tall makes you look arrogant to the blind, let them look. They'll call you selfish. Let them. They'll call you ruthless. Good. Let their confusion fuel your precision. Let their silence become your war drum. Chapter 4. Build in darkness, strike in daylight. Your name will not rise in family gatherings or casual conversations. It will rise in silence, when they least expect it. While they waste hours, you sharpen your mind. While they chase attention, you master discipline. While they scroll, you build. Not for applause, not for followers. You're constructing a presence so unshakable that your last name becomes mythology. Let them gossip. Let them mock your focus. You are not here for noise. You are the storm that comes without warning. When you arrive, don't explain. Let your results speak in a language they never learned to understand. Chapter 5. Redefine the name. Your last name isn't a legacy. It's a blank page. Your job is to turn it into a weapon. Load it with meaning, etch strength, fear, discipline into every syllable. Let future generations say, that's when everything changed. Make your life the reason they stop settling. Become the standard they measure themselves against. You're not here to inherit identity. You're here to forge it. And forging means heat. It means friction. It means pressure. That's not punishment. That's the price. Because from this point on, your life is no longer yours. It's a tool to sever the old and sculpt the new. Chapter 6. Kill the slave. Within, before you break the world, you have to break the version of you it created. Inside, every man is a slave, trained to obey, to hesitate, to shrink in rooms he should command. This slave is invisible. It sounds like humility, like tradition, like politeness. But it is fear in disguise. You weren't born to carry your father's limitations or your mother's anxieties. You were born to burn them. The first war is internal. You will have to isolate. Cut off the voices that speak only to the weaker you. Detach from the cultural hypnosis that tells you not to rise too high, not to dream too loud. In the silence, you'll hear the truth. Your ancestors wrapped fear in wisdom. They called it playing it safe. They called it being realistic. But you will call it what it is, cowardice, and you will not carry it forward. Chapter 7. Build obsession, not balance. This transformation will not happen through balance. It will not happen through moderation. It will demand obsession. Because while they sleep, you plan. While they doubt, you act. While they look for signs, you become one. You don't get to be exceptional by doing what's reasonable. You get there by doing what makes others uncomfortable. You'll become a ghost in their lives, invisible, but always advancing. The truth is, your bloodline wasn't cursed by laziness. It was cursed by passivity. That ends with you. You are the one who lights the fire, even if you have to burn alone. Chapter 8. Turn yourself into a weapon. Everything about you must sharpen. Your habits, your mind, your body. Weak men want praise. Strong men want leverage. You must walk into every room with a presence that makes words unnecessary. Your power won't be in how loud you speak, but in how much people hesitate to interrupt your silence. You don't need compliments, you need control. Control over your time, control over your emotions, control over your identity. The people around you, friends, family, lovers, some will resist this. They'll say you've changed. Good. They'll say you're colder now. Good. Warmth is for people who plan on staying small. You're here to dominate. This path will force you to let go of the ones who make mediocrity feel normal. You're not here to carry the unworthy. Let them fall behind. Chapter 9. Legacy is not a group project. Understand this. Your bloodline's transformation is not a team sport. This story is yours to write. Alone. You will lose people. They will cling to the old version of you, the agreeable one. They'll mock your intensity, laugh at your routines, fear your focus. That's how you know it's working. When they whisper about you instead of speaking to you, you've become something different, something they no longer understand, and they shouldn't. You're not the branch of the family tree anymore. You are the storm that burns it down and plants something terrifying in its place. The ones who stay distracted, who choose comfort, who drown in routine, leave them. You'll be the one they still speak about when all their noise fades. The myth, the mutation, the one who ended the pattern. Chapter 10. Become the unseen force. Power isn't what you hold. It's what they feel when your name is spoken. Machiavelli understood that fear shapes action and perception builds reality. You don't need to scream to be respected. You need to design your image with such precision that your silence becomes louder than their applause. Show strength, hide your vulnerabilities, reveal victories, conceal your strategies. Let them think they understand you, while they never truly do. You're not just building a reputation, you're building a fortress, one they can't predict, one they can't breach. And if they can't read you, they can't control you. You're not a book, you're a locked vault. And the only ones who survive near you are the ones smart enough to never try to open it. Chapter 11. Master systems, not just strength. Your battlefield isn't swords and fire. It's conversations, social hierarchies, institutions, alliances. While your ancestors fought with their hands, you'll fight with your mind, in boardrooms, in relationships, in shadows. Power today is subtle. It hides in favors, in access, in influence. You must learn to move like smoke, undetected but everywhere. Use people's greed, their vanity, their ambition. Let those flaws become your staircase. Never trust blindly, but appear trustworthy. Never reveal your true motives, but always know theirs. Give people just enough to make them need you. Then pull back. Make your loyalty addictive. Make your attention feel like currency. That's not manipulation. That's strategy. Chapter 12. Connection without surrender. You will need people, but never let them own you. People betray. People shift. Even those who love you can become threats when their needs outweigh their gratitude. So don't connect from need. Connect from control. Make your presence feel like a reward. Let them chase. Let them earn. Never give your core. Guard your true self with silence and distance. Smile. Be warm. Appear open, but be watching. Behind every word, analyze. Behind every gesture, calculate. Machiavelli said a prince must be both fox and lion, cunning and feared. You must be both, charming on the surface, cold underneath. They will feel close to you, but you'll always be 3 steps ahead. And if they betray you, strike with no hesitation, no emotion, no warning, because betrayal is not rare, it's inevitable. Chapter 13. Scarcity builds power. The more available you are, the less power you hold. Be rare. Be distant. Be wanted. Show up only when necessary. Be the presence they crave, but can't depend on. Let their need for you become their leash. Power doesn't chase. Power stands still and makes the world revolve around it. Learn to disappear strategically. Withdraw to rebuild, to observe, to evolve. When they notice your absence, they'll remember your value. When you return, you'll be 10 times more dangerous. They will not know why they fear you, only that they do. Chapter 14. Use them, then cut clean. Every person in your orbit is a transaction. Never let sentiment cloud that. If someone becomes a threat, eliminate them before they act. If someone sees through your masks, vanish. If someone grows powerful enough to rival you, bind them with praise, then gut them with silence. Most will never strike first. They'll hesitate. They'll try to figure you out. Use that pause to destroy them. Dominate or be dominated. No middle ground. Chapter 15. The Architect of Influence. Machiavelli warned rulers about flatterers and traitors. What he didn't say, what you must understand, is that the most powerful rulers become those very things. You will be the manipulator, the tactician, the quiet force behind every shift in the room. You won't win through charisma, you'll win through precision. People won't know why they follow you, they just will. You've studied them more than they've studied themselves. You've given them just enough of yourself to make them feel close, but never enough to threaten you. If betrayal comes, don't beg, don't rage, don't explain. Strike. Once. Completely. Move on. Chapter 16. Legacy is a weapon. Your possessions will rot. Your applause will fade. Only one thing remains, the weight of your choices. Machiavelli never taught legacy as affection. He taught it as dominance. Your legacy isn't about being remembered fondly. It's about being remembered forever. Make your absence felt heavier than their presence. Make your silence echo louder than their noise. You weren't born to be liked. You were born to leave a mark that cannot be erased. A standard, a shadow, a force they still talk about when you're gone. That is the kind of immortality worth building. Final chapter, the cost. You will lose people. You will lose comfort. You will lose sleep. You might lose innocence entirely, but you will gain something untouchable. Control, power, immortality through impact. This path isn't for the warm-hearted. It's for those who think decades ahead and are willing to bleed to make it real. You weren't meant to pass through life quietly. You were meant to bend it, to redesign it, to walk away and leave behind systems, not stories, structures, not quotes. You must become so precise, so feared, so effective, that the world studies you long after it forgets your face. And yes, they'll misunderstand you. They'll call you cold, ambitious, extreme. Let them. You don't want to be remembered for being kind. You want to be remembered for changing everything. That's the difference. You are not here to participate. You are here to reshape. And when the world finally asks, "Who were you?" let your silence answer. Not because there's nothing to say, but because there's too much to say. Let your name become a whisper of warning or a symbol of power. Let it haunt their decisions. That is a legacy. If you've made it this far, you're not just scrolling, you're searching for something deeper. Thanks for trusting me with your mind. If this spoke to you, like the video, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to reclaim their power. Until next time, stay sharp and think deeper.